up, guys? Scott from Chernobyl Studios, coming at you from MIGS in Switzerland. I can't believe I'm actually here because right over there is where Smoke on the Water was born. But we're over here. And I'm talking to... Oh, yeah, yeah. You'll see it over there, so just across the lake there. Now just imagine smoke is coming up, bubbling over there because apparently, as the legend goes, Frank Zappa started the fire. But here we are. And I believe we are in the, quote, gambling house that is in the song. So this must be the spot.
This is the spot.
This is the spot. Now, there's a lot of other spots we can talk about, male or female, but let's talk about guitar spots. Specifically this guitar spot. And this one looks familiar to me a little bit. You were telling me that this is the actual, not the actual model, but the same model and style that the bassist of Foo Fighters uses.
Yes, Nate Mandel. Actually, Nate has a lot of influence on how the bass turned out. So I met Nate after a Rock am Ring show because we know the crew of the Foo Fighters, and I also made two Kratzers for Dave Grohl once. And so we talked to Nate, and he said if I would be interested in a bass. No, otherwise. It's bullshit.
Try again. Take two.
Take two.
We're not editing it.
And Nate asked if I built basses, and I said not yet, but if he would be interested, I'm very keen to make a bass. And I told him about my idea doing the Riedberg as a bass, Mi Hollow. He said, well, yeah, I would like to check it out. So a couple of months later, they played in Cologne. I brought a prototype. He played it, and then he invited me and my wife to the next show in Berlin, and then we talked about the bass. He took the prototype on tour, played it a couple of songs every night, and then he took it back to LA, and then we talked about, so what could we improve? He wanted a slightly wider neck, one fret less, move everything down a little bit, so I made a second bass, flew to LA, brought it to him, and he liked it.
That's pretty damn sweet, because it's not like Foo Fighters are a little small name or anything like that, and...
Probably it's not a secret that I'm probably one of their biggest fans. I even had a Foo Fighters tribute band.
Oh my goodness! So that's kind of like a dream come true.
It's and I'm super touched and shocked like that Taylor passed away, and we have super special moments where I took my son to the shows, and he even once jammed a little bit with Taylor and Chris Shiflett, and so they were. For my son is a musician, and he's so big influenced by Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl, and Taylor Hawkins. That it was really a shock.
Yeah, it was no good. I mean, like out of nowhere like that. And I think you also mentioned just before we started recording that Dave also played either the prototype or the one that you made at the end.
Yeah, that it was very funny. I think I came back from a trade show and went to sleep, and then all of a sudden my son came to my bed. Hey, Dave is playing your bass. Dave is playing your bass. I said, Dave Grohl plays guitar. So no, he plays bass. So and then that was a teaser for the Play video. You should check out the video. It's called Play by Dave Grohl. He plays every instrument, and as far as I know, it's only one takers. So it's a 20-minute song. So anyways, check out the song, and at some point the song goes from very strong to a mellow part, and then Dave grabs the bass in that video and plays Nate Mandel's bass in the Dave Grohl video. And this is because the Foo Fighters have a big studio. They've recorded there, and they have their instruments. So I think he just grabbed it back. So, well, let's play the bass, and all of a sudden it's in the hands of Dave Grohl, which I like a lot.
So that's a heck of a advertisement for Huber. I keep doing this. Like it sounds silly when I do it, but I know it's the correct way. Huber guitars. Yeah. Huber guitars. Now
I like the rolling R.
Yeah, the Huber. Now, I don't know if it's in camera frame, but there's this black one here that I would personally like to talk about. Obviously, Chernobyl Studios, I deal more specifically with extreme metal stuff, black metal, death metal. So clearly I was drawn to this guitar straight away. So it's a little bit different shape than the one sitting behind you. What's the deal? What's the story with this guitar?
Well, basically, this guitar is called the Dolphin. This is my own shape since 1993 was the first idea about it. I think I made the first prototype in late 94. So since then, this is the Dolphin. And this particular guitar is meant to be auctioned for Gear for Hope on United Charity to support and fund families who run away from the war. This guitar will be donated for auction. And in terms of the project, we founded a big group of people, builders, bands, artists, to make a big campaign to auction gear on United Charity for the good purpose.
Oh, so it's like a whole group of people that have come together.
It's I had this moment where when I was at home, my wife had corona, we stayed home, and that week the war started, and it felt so. I was really sad seeing families torn apart, and I felt like I want to do something. When I don't remember the year, but when the big tsunami were in Thailand and the parts, I auctioned a guitar right away back then, and it did a lot of money because it was just auctioned for the good purpose. It left the pricing of the guitar itself. It was, and we could generate a lot of money. So I said, well, let's do this again. And then I went back to the shop and made a little video with my son, and I kind of called out to friends, hey, who wants to join? Let's do something together. And then I called Guitar and Bass magazine and Grand Guitars magazine in Germany. And all of a sudden the thing went big. And we have many builders joining, donating guitars. There's Rainer Tausch, there is Collins, there's Tom Anderson, there's Porritt Smith, to name the big names. And I don't want to forget, there's a lot of guitars, so check it out. And there are a lot of gear and pedals and amps, and it's great.
I mean, I'll obviously put a link below in the description. You can check out the whole thing. Tons of information, tons of people taking part in that. I think that's really cool. There's, it is what it is. I'm not really making a big deal out of it. Not because it's not a big deal. It's just, trying to put one foot in front of the other, and as far as my family's concerned, and trying to. But it's really cool that because this is a lot of effort for you to make these kind of guitars, and it takes a lot of time, and just for you to decide to do something like that, it says a lot about you as a person.
For some of the group who are joining, it's a way bigger effort than for me. I'm running, let's say, a mid-sized company, and I make more guitars than, for example, Rainer Tausch. It's probably much easier for me to donate a guitar than it is for Rainer. So everybody should be very honored for that.
I absolutely agree. And I was just looking at, so we have spec cards for every single guitar, for example, so you can see what's on here, and it's all extremely high quality stuff. These guitars are all running like, let's see, that black one. So this one, if you just wanted to pick that one by yourself, would be 10 grand, just about flat. So this is the kind of quality of guitar we're talking about here that is going to be auctioned off. So if that's something you want to take part in or want to learn more about, link down below. Yep. But these guitars look pretty damn amazing. Finally, Henning will be happy because that's blue, right, Henning? Is that a blue one? So he told me.
I did it only for Henning.
He did it only for Henning. He told me the story where all of his.
I did blue guitars before, but I knew that Henning was coming.
Yeah, Henning told me the story. Like every comment on Instagram now, it's shit because it's not blue.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say to that?
Yeah. Well, I think, did you already write something? At least some blue or something? Something stupid he wrote.
Something stupid. Yeah. I mean, that pretty much sums it all up. So, these are awesome guitars. I really love the look of the black one. And, man, congrats on the Foo Fighters gig. That's pretty dang cool. And
I don't want to really
I understand.
Over communicate this, but I'm proud of it. I love the band. And, I feel very honored to know them.
I just realized those are dolphin inlays. Awesome. Let me grab that, actually. Actually, could you grab and show the dolphin inlays, please? That's pretty funny. This is also the dolphin shape, correct?
It's the dolphin shape.
Okay.
Well, the model is called the Redwood because, very creative, because the top is redwood.
Wow. Shit.
So
that's pretty sick.
Yeah. Took me a long time to figure that out.
What about like the redwood dolphin?
You know what? Sometimes we call it the dolphin redwood.
Shit. Okay.
Don't you make orcas in redwood?
Oh, God.
Now we're getting complicated.
Yes.
Shut up.
All right. Thank you very much. It was awesome to chat with you. Again, all links below regarding that guitar and the auction and everything. I'll put that down below. So it was great to meet you.
Likewise.
In Smoke on the Water land.
Yeah.
This joke is going to get run to the ground today, let me tell you what. So, all right, guys. Again, no animals unless Henny gives me some.